Om Shanti. Good evening to everyone. Today, it's a wonderful day. We are honored to welcome Sister Jenna. She is the director of Brahma Kumaris Meditation Center in Washington, D.C. She's a director, author, TV, radio personality, and founder of Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum. What she does, what titles she holds, it's a long list. I will not go into that. For me, what I have found, she has a soothing voice in talk, in meditation commentaries, which is very comforting and rejuvenating. In being, she is very gentle, royal, respectful, resourceful, and born to Indian father and African mother. She has a unique combination of Eastern, Western, and Indian culture. That I have noticed in you. So, two sisters are also coming with Sister Jenna. They stay with Sister Jenna at the center, Sister Divya and Sister Rashmi. So, I will request Rashmi Behan and Sucheta Behan to come and welcome our sisters. Who is going to take photo? Just a minute, just take a drishti. Sit down, take a drishti. Thank you, sisters. Now, I would request Sister Jenna to share her insightful on our topic, embracing stillness and inner power. So please share your wisdom. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Wow, what a beautiful space. I was sharing with Sister Kusum. In America, it's quite an art and quite an incredible effort, even if it's American standards, even if it's an American who is doing something like this. But for Baba's children to do this, congratulate yourselves. This is amazing. Give yourself a big hand. The moment I drove up, I just said, Baba, this is your wonder, I tell you. And you're going to take it for granted. There's a saying that those who live by the Ganges don't appreciate it as much as the ones who visit the Ganges. Don't ever take this space for granted. Ever do it. Every time you walk in here and you look at the hall and you look at the building and you go into Baba's room and you see the pictures and the decorations, and you catch that thought, what went into this? Don't you ever forget that. Promise? 15 years ago, when Brahma gave me the thought to get a meditation museum in Washington, D.C., I've been there now for 26 years in D.C. And I remembered when Baba gave the instructions of how to design that museum. And I knew that we only had a 7-year lease. And when the day came that the lease was up, I was thinking to myself, Baba, can we do this again? Create a center like this, a museum like this again? And I believe it was within 2 or 3 weeks we found another building not too far from the original one. And it was twice as big, and it was 10 times better. And I swear to you on my Brahmin life, there wasn't a day that went by I didn't walk in that center and valued that space. Not a day. Same pictures, same chairs, same wall. But I would make myself just pause, and I would look around. I'd say, Baba, you did this. And I want to invite all of you to do the same. There is something very significant in practicing sincerity. I might not get the Hindi word right. It's like, what would be the word for sincerity in Hindi? What is the word sincerity when you're sincere? It's not swabhav. Sachai. There is something when, as Baba's child, that you maintain this attitude. No matter how big your centers get, no matter how much service Baba gives you, don't lose that sincerity. The moment you lose it, things don't feel so good. Your mind doesn't remain still or peaceful. Say, for example, your workstation. Every one of us have a drawer that we throw everything in, don't we? That one drawer that you put all of your junk in, cords, paper, plugs, pens, stuff that you think, I'll get to it later, thank you. Just thoughts that you think, I'm going to get to it later, I'll just put it there. You take the space for granted, no? You have one of those drawers, right? I have 3. And you know what happens is that you open it, you see it, same thing over and over again. And you want to clean it up, you want to make it functional, but you just accept, that's my junk drawer. And I connect this to keeping my sincerity for my centers, my home, my workplace, and with my connections. It's connected to your stillness and your ability to remain very powerful. You and I as human beings, we look for that in people. I'm telling you, you look for it in people. And it's so hard to find. To find a friend who is sincere. A colleague at work. A relative. Maybe even a Brahmin. You know, that quality, it creates trust and safety. It gives you courage. Automatically you will respect that person. They don't even have to do anything. And so when I came into California, I was coming in for a film project. Some people had directed a very famous movie called The Secret, which was the law of attraction, many, many years ago. And I was in Paris in June for the Olympics. And while I was in Paris, I presented a fashion show entitled Illuminating the Light Within. And in the fashion show, it featured all the religions and the dress of the religions. Can you imagine? And can you imagine the mayor accepted my proposal? I wrote the proposal with no interest that he was even going to accept it. It was just asked of me to do it. And Divya and Rashmi, they were with me in Paris. And I just want you to visualize with me, starting from the Adi Sanatan Devta Dharma, to Abraham, the Judaic culture, to Buddha, to Christianity, to Islam, Guru Nanak, and the Brahmins, sadhus. I might have missed that one. And I want you to visualize with me watching all the religions throughout time doing a catwalk in Paris for the Olympians. And in the discussion, we're highlighting what they all have in common. And it's God's light, which everyone forgets because they're so attached to their religion. They become so peaceless. Everyone's competing. who has position or power over God, and they're losing their stillness. They're losing their power over that attachment. And here we are in Paris after Pharrell Williams and all of us finished passing the torch, grabbing the torch, holding the torch of the Olympics, feeling all of this sincerely, I tell you, every 5,000 years. Okay? And watching people in that hall, at the town hall for the mayor, who opened up for me all the religions throughout time. And they walked in silence. And they walked with their values and their virtues. And at the end of the show, Baba's beautiful angels show up in all white. And the question was, Baba, how do I explain their white dresses? I can say purity, I can say all of those good things. But when I think about my Brahmin life sincerely, and when I go deep inside of my silence power and my stillness as a person, my white dress symbolizes to me, I belong to everyone. And everyone belongs to me. And the dress is symbolic of the journey of service. And that's what it means, it's to serve. And when they were finished walking on the stage, the pin drop silence in the hall was incredible. And when we watched people who had never meditated and who know nothing about what this is about, becoming so silent, what I had realized was, when you give individuals an opportunity to see life, what Baba calls a unique perspective, but a different perspective, you offer them a chance to be free from their peacelessness and ignorance. And it's because we don't know the importance of our existence. We don't know the importance of remembrance of God. Why we don't feel peaceful. And you could be a Brahma Kumar or a Brahma Kumari and still be a little peaceless. Has anyone lost their temper in the last month? You can do some Hatha Yoga, yep. Have you, in the last month, felt stressed? Have you found yourself in the last month feeling like you don't want to be around certain people? Have you been frustrated because you feel powerless in changing a situation you're dealing with? All of that is connected to, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not serving the soul. This fundamental point of Raj Yoga consider yourself a soul. Feel the soul. Believe in it. Believe in this energy that brought you to America, that had you study or get a particular job, that brought you to Baba's world. All of this is the soul, that energy behind your eye. That one fundamental point. Consider yourself a soul. Just remember yourself as a soul. Feel it. I'm going to give you a little exercise on how this is done, especially at work. Even for your Lokik families and friends, it is so easy for them to experience soul consciousness. So just sit up really straight again in your chair. And I want you to be aware of the person next to you without looking at them. Observe that mental behavior. You're aware of the person on your left, you're not looking. You're aware of the person on your right, you're not looking. Where does the awareness come from? At such a subtle thing that you're doing right now. Isn't that something? You're not looking at them, are you? But you're aware that they're there. All right, now, whichever person to your left or to your right, looking straight at me, I want you to really send them your good wishes. Really, sincerely bless them from your heart. Observe how you're feeling at a soul level. It's so subtle, isn't it? And maybe they're feeling your good wishes, but more than anything else, you're feeling it. It's making you quiet. It's making you peaceful. It's giving you stillness. Because you're sending your good wishes to someone. You're not in negativity. You're good. You're good. And you're sending your good wishes to someone. And it's making you feel better. And you're at peace. It's so easy. It is so easy. A second tool. Did anybody look at you this month with love? Yes or no? Maybe. You know what it feels like. When somebody looks at you with love, you know what it feels like. Did you look at anyone with love this month? So simple questions I'm asking, right? But you take it for granted, don't you? Did you look at anyone with love this month? Did you remember who it was? I bet you didn't. Did you remember the date and time? Not one bit. But I'll tell you why it will help you to develop inner power and power of silence. Now my practice for the last few months, if I'm on the gadi, or if I'm meeting friends or family or even contacts, when I look at them looking at me with so much love and respect, I start to take it personally. Yes, smile and laugh a little more. You've never done it, have you? Whenever anybody looks at you with respect, gratitude, and love, you take that personal. Take it personally. Do you know why I'm asking you to do this? Because if I look at you in anger, or if I lie to you or cheat you, or dislike you, you're going to take that personally, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, this Sister Jenna, come from Washington. You don't know, saw what she did? She didn't even look at me, eh? Those are all the years in yoga, that's what she gets. He's Brahma Kumaris. But the 100 times I looked at you with love, you never go, eh. She looks at me with so much love. Nobody does that. So, when it comes on to our power of silence, take personally things that matter. If your child, if your spouse, if your friend, if your instrument, if another Brahmin, if a stranger just looks at you, hi, oh, you meditate? Oh, I wish I could. And you look at the way they're looking at you like, can you teach me? Can you show me? Take it personal. They're looking at you with hope. Someone looked at me with hope today. Wow, felt so good. And the more you practice this kind of behavior, and the more you share this kind of behavior, your stillness as a soul will radiate, and you won't even need to speak much to people. It's just in your presence. It will do wonders. Take it personally when someone believes in you. Don't shush them off or take them for granted, and then keep talking about the people who don't see you. Or keep thinking about the people who don't like you or believe in you. It adds to your peacelessness. So take personally those moments when you are valued, or if you value someone. That's number 2. Okay? Number 3. I want you to reflect at this month. Well, still an early month, huh? But let's just say the last 30 days. Can you recall a moment when you were short, you didn't think about the other person's feelings, and you walked away as if it was nothing? You know those encounters. Yeah, I'm too busy, I don't have time. Oh yeah, Om Shanti. You know those Om Shantis, huh? Om Shanti. You know those, right? Things go very fast. And you stop valuing the moment because you're so busy up here. You're so busy. You're not very still, right? And when you're not very still inside, it shows. It shows in your relationships. It shows in you rushing all the time and not really getting things done. Like there's never enough time in the day to get what I need to get done. And it keeps building up. So you're rushing, rush. And so you stop caring about the way other people feel. Now this formula is not about all the people you think you treat right and they don't treat you right. That's another class. I'm talking about those moments when you're so caught up in your head and you're rushing that you've lost your sensitivity to care about another person. Think about those moments. Because if it's done to you, you feel it. And when you do it to others, you have no idea you just did it. But if someone does it to you, you feel it. It doesn't make you feel peaceful. It's a return of my behavior, really. When you're dealing with people, I beg you, slow down. Take time with people. In the Murli today, Baba said, if you have desires, you've basically deleted everything you've done. You've finished all your attainments because of a desire. You remember that Murli today? That was incredible. That if I have a desire, everything that I've made effort for will be useless. So you're chasing after things, you're running fast, trying to catch up with these desires, and I'm not accumulating anything. Nobody loves me from the heart. No one's really there for me sincerely. I don't feel so peaceful. My energy of power is not as strong as it should be. Can I just slow down? Question. What will you lose if you slow down? What will you gain if you do? The power of silence. Your power of silence that comes from Baba. Because you'll be so sincere and so connected that while you're walking and moving around, Baba is pouring power in you. Because you're not letting him go. Listen to me. Before Baba, what was your life like? And don't answer this question if you were a BK since you were 1 year old. But before Baba, what was your life like? And after Baba, what was it like? Exactly. And then we get into this little chase. Have to do that. Get that. And there's no stillness in your movement. Nostradamus made a prediction. And he's a well-known prophet throughout the ages from Europe. And Nostradamus' prediction is, we are approaching an age where people will communicate telepathically with each other. And people will understand each other's hearts without speaking much. It will be a period of time where everything is abundant and people are in harmony with each other. So far, Nostradamus' predictions have all been right, no? And he made this prediction. And so when Baba gives us this practice, Mansa Seva, it is in alignment with what these seers and prophets have said hundreds and thousands of years ago. Nostradamus predicted the world of Brahmins would emerge and they will become the light for the world. Now, since it's already predicted, we should be living it. And so living it is connected to your sincerity that I care about what I think. Someone's not doing well. Maybe they seem sad in the car. Good wishes, pure feelings, they'll be fine. But if you want them to be happy and they don't want to be happy, you get unhappy. Attachment. If you feel or see one of your relatives or your child going down the wrong road, raising your children in America will offer you a different technique in how you treat your kids. Your children will test you, and they will ask you questions. Why, Mom? And if you don't have an answer for them, you tell them, that is a great question. I wish I knew the answer, but I know the answer exists. Your inner stillness will be very open and honest to be yourself with your children, because To brush off their questions because you're scared to let them know you don't know will not make you peaceful. Because when the moment passes, you'll be like, gosh, they ask so many questions all the time. Back in our days, we didn't ask these questions. I come to this country. Maybe I should just go back to India, no? They won't ask questions there. But you have to check your thoughts, no? They wouldn't ask you if they didn't need an answer. And so in the same way, you, the soul, with Baba, you must every day ask Baba a question about yourself. Baba, why do I try so hard on people? What am I looking for? What is in me? What do I need? And your truthful questions to Baba comes from a deep place within yourself. Because I want the power of stillness. And stillness can only be developed if you're honest with self. When you listen to Baba's Murli, let's say you're having a difficult time at work with your manager or with your team. You come to Murli or you listen to Murli on Zoom. Baba gives a beautiful Murli, powerful Murli, and then he gives you a Murli, Man Manabhav, become Chikaldarshi. Baba says there's no eternal moksha. Or Baba might tell you the world is coming to an end. Make effort. Forget this old world. Everyone in the old world is impure. You too are impure, but you once were pure. Your problem is, I'm just not getting along with my manager, Baba. What's the answer? I don't know. All this Man Manabhav Chikaldashi Trinetri. This team. And that's why you have to keep talking to Baba in the day. And in order to feel Baba, a question to Baba is important. A question to Baba is to say, show me, tell me, what is it? I'm not getting it. I have everything, but I'm not happy. What is it, Baba? Instead of walking around like a zombie, I'm not happy. It's past karma. It's my drama now. Drama. That's not what Baba taught us. Just like how if you're not doing good, your friend will come and ask, hey bro, you okay? No man, it's a rough day. Because you're friends, right? In the same way with you and Baba, Baba, what is this energy? I have to cut it. Because you already heard the whole Murli today. And so you gave that respect to listening to God in the morning. And there will be one thing He will say to you. And when you're done, you take that one thing and you... Will Man Manabhav work with my manager today? And he might say, yeah, just be mine with your mind today. He won't hear you today. Okay, ठीक है. You use it, you practice it, you get results. It builds your confidence and your faith. You become peaceful. When you think of the power of stillness, it's actually the final stage of service. All of you in this room, you build your stillness becomes much louder than your physical voice. In your stillness that has been built by your efforts with God, it amplifies love, purity, happiness, wisdom, peace. Just think about it. If you're having a difficult situation with someone, if you've taken care of yourself, the moment the person comes in your presence, bygones are bygones, it's okay now. Because there's nothing in you that's dirty or negative. So, you want to do another experiment? Have you ever played musical chairs? Isn't it a wonderful game? Would you like to play musical chairs? So I did a workshop. I won't do it tonight. Atmabai would look at me and go, I am not moving. I did this workshop many, many times. And maybe once you all can try it here. So I asked the students, change your seat now. And so they got up and changed the seat, went to a different chair. Feel good, no? Okay, what is the purpose? Okay, let's change again. And I took them around the process after about 5 times. So let's say I ask you, get up, change again 5 times later. What is she doing? This is enough. Some of them said, no, I'm not getting up. I'm old. My knees are not working now. I go, get up now. So every time they changed the seat, each seat was a new life, a new birth. And then I asked them, now multiply that until you get to 84 lives. How do you think your soul is feeling in your body now? How do you think you're feeling? You get it now, right? If after just 5 or 6 times, I'm asking you to change your seat and you're already tired and exhausted and fed up, how you must be feeling after 83 births? That's a lot of changing seats. So right now, the seat that Baba has given us is the seat of soul awareness, soul consciousness, Baba's love, Baba's connection. Just feel that energy. You know Rashmi, she lives with me at Om Shanti village. And Sister Kusum, little bit, she was saying, Rashmi Ben is very cute. You know, her language is Hindi, so English is her second language. So one time we had a top lawyer at the center, and apparently she spent a day with Rashmi. And in class, the lawyer said to me, oh, you know this Rashmi, she's very wise. The whole class is surprised. Rashmi is wise? She says, oh yeah, Rashmi is very wise. You know, I was talking about the problem about my boss. that he has ego. And you know what she told me? Face change, no? And I said, what? She said, face change. What does that mean? Oh, yeah. When somebody has ego, their faces do change. True, no? Now you're thinking, right? When somebody goes into an ego state, what changes first? Face. You don't see your face, but they see your face, right? And so when you think about stories, people, things, Rashmi and I are very different. Divya Ben and I are very different. Brother Santosh and I live together, we're very different. Very different personalities. But there's not a day that passes me, I don't look at them with value. I look at them with value and with love. And it keeps me still inside and peaceful. It empowers me. And I tell them, when I look at you in Baba's remembrance, take it personal. Believe in it. I want you to do the same to build your silence power. I want you to believe that Baba looks at you so powerfully every day with importance that Baba will never think you're not valuable for him. I need you to do this so that wherever you go, it will be wonderful and it will be magical. By next year, I'm sure when I come, if I come, this place is going to be too small. And then you're going to be beating your head about how to put a second floor on this building. Because when you raise the vibrations, it does magic. And I'm going to stop now because it is a conversation on stillness. But I want us to sit in our stillness. And I want you to feel it. So what I'm going to ask you to do, I want you to imagine there's nothing troubling you. Nobody is troubling you. Nobody's a problem. Nobody's an issue. I want you to imagine you owe nobody. Nobody owes you. I want you to imagine you're not guilty. You're not resentful. You're not jealous of anyone. You're not comparing yourself to anyone. How would you think? Visualize it. What would your feelings stage be without jealousy, competition, guilt, resentment, comparison? So let's take a moment. And I'd like to close off the evening with this thought and idea. Your mother-in-law is not a problem. She's not my problem. She isn't my problem. My spouse, my manager, my team, my friend, kids. And with that, you should be feeling still. They're not my problem. Go behind your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Breathe in again and exhale. Breathe in again and exhale. I actually don't have any problems. It's an illusion. What I do have is Baba's love, Baba's hand of blessings over me. What I do have is the power to choose how I want to feel. This energy of God's love over me, Baba's vibration through me, I don't have a problem. I have Baba. That's what I have. I have Baba. I don't have any problems. Observe that feeling in you. Get used to it. Baba and me. Baba is my world. Baba has protected me. Baba is my guide. I don't have any problems. I only have Baba. Practice believing this. Very unique practice. Take a deep breath in and out. Om Shanti. thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And hopefully something Baba said today touched you, that it will help you to develop your inner stillness and your inner powers. Sometimes I wonder, what is it that makes us not listen to what's good for me? I can't say I have the answer fully yet, but hopefully one day we'll find the answer. And Baba's telling us so many good things every day, and we're not listening. It comes, it goes. But you should stay here. That's why instantly you can talk about somebody that hurt your feelings. In a second you can talk about what your mother-in-law did to you. But if somebody asks you, what was your Merly point? Give me a second, sister. It should be the opposite. I should be trying to remember who hurt me. And the Merly point and Baba's world, oh yeah, that was a fantastic point today. So don't fool yourself. It's a powerful path. Don't waste it.